Here's the Deal is brought to you by VEBS, Veteran Essential Business Services. We are your business air support. We have your six. You served your country faithfully. Now it's time to blaze your own path. Here's the Deal is a show for veterans, by veterans, to discuss real world issues on how to start and run your own business. It's a cross between Dave Ramsey, Maria Bartiromo, and Joe Rogan. This is not academia, it's the truth. Here's the deal. Hey everybody, how's it going? This is your host, Chris Flowers. Here's the deal. I'm proud to announce the partnership between the City of Surprise and the AZ Tech Accelerator, where the show is now coming to you from. City Surprise, known them for years, Julie Neal, the whole economic development team, the mayor. They're great for small business. They really go all out. They actually repurposed their old city hall. They could have sold the property, they could have, leased it out, whatever. But what they did is they repurposed it as an innovation hub for small businesses here in the City of Surprise. They do technology, innovation, collaborative co-workspace. So you have that shared workspace that a lot of people like to use now, rather than leasing, an expensive office space. They also even have small business resource counseling, where I'm a speaker on business lending here quite a bit. And also they have free education webinars. So if you're a small business and you're located near the City of Surprise, maybe you're working from home, kind of outgrowing your space. You want to be around some, maybe some other people, get innovative and collaborative, things like that. Come check out AZ Tech Accelerator. Come talk to Julie Neal. She's the host here. She takes care of it. This is her baby. So come talk to Julie, and you'll find that working with the City Surprise is a great resource for you and your business. Here's the Deal is proud to present our very first sponsor. It's B&G Chicago Catering. If you're in the mood for fresh, authentic Chicago-style favorites, check out B&G Chicago Catering. Founded by two Marine vets, and no, there's no crayon flavors involved here. B&G Chicago Catering's professional mobile food cart service, well-suited for large crowds and intimate gatherings. Currently serving the Metro Phoenix and Metro Tucson areas. B&G Chicago Catering will drive up to your next event, business storefront, or private party. Chicago classics like Chicago dogs, my personal favorite is the Italian beef, bratwurst, Polish sausage. They got tamales and more. All their food is made to order, hot and fresh, using only Vienna products. B&G Chicago Catering comes fully equipped and takes care of all the cleanup. So if you're looking for a way to give back to your employees and all the efforts they've been putting forth this year, need a last-minute option for a small, intimate birthday party, need to spotlight your storefront reopening, which hopefully they all get there soon, check out B&G Chicago Catering. You can find them at www.bgchicagocatering.com. You can follow them on Instagram at BG Chicago Catering 520. Give them a call at 520-262-7596. Hey everybody, what's going on? This is your host, Chris Flowers of Here's the Deal, coming at you early on a Sunday morning before church and all that. Gotta get the show in, get it ready for the week. So these are some of the challenges and the choices that we face, right? So that's what this show is about, challenges and choices. So every day we're faced with a lot of different things. We're faced with, challenges and choices. Where some situation happens, we got to either A, rise up to the challenge, or B, choose, whatever. You got to choose whatever path you're going to take, This week was a pretty good example of like all the above, It's you can look at it a couple different ways, right? There's some days, you're gonna be sitting there at the base of the mountain, and you're thinking this thing's fucking Kilimanjaro or Everest or whatever, and you're just looking at it. You're like, some days you're up, man. You're like, yeah, let's go get it, right? And then there's some days you look at it, you just look up and you just say, fuck, and just like it's daunting, right? But if you can just take a moment and breathe, look up, just don't look all the way up. Try to grab, okay, Where's my handhold? Okay, where's my foothold? Get up on that. Look for the next handhold. Look for the next, foothold kind of thing. And kind of just advance, slow but sure. Don't look up. You just gotta, do that one little thing. And it could be anything. I mean, it could some days it's just as simple as like, hell, some days just getting out of bed is just a challenge. You're just like, oh shit, right? This hurts, that hurts, or I got to do this today, and just I ain't looking forward to it. But you get it done. Of course, you look back, you get it done. You're like, okay, yeah, we did that. Okay, I did it. I faced it. I challenged it. I did it. Didn't let it beat me. And that's just just some of the things that we have to. If we just take those little bites, those little victories. Even if it's just a small one, man. If it's a little more than you did yesterday, or it's a little closer to the overall goal, or something, like this week was challenging for me in a few different ways, man. But definitely, I started that March Madness thing. I don't know if you've seen the videos out there. My own March Madness. I'm trying to obviously get in better physical condition, of course, like a lot of people are. And I'm all old and busted up. And swimming is really the only cardio that I can do because it just doesn't hurt any of my joints, right? So, but, when I first started this thing, I was about, I think it was like close to like 270 and not in the best shape 270 I've ever been in. That's for damn sure. I broke 258 this week. And, I said it was, I've been getting below 260 has been really challenging for me, and I got below 260 this week. But not only that, it was, like I said, just getting in that pool and pushing it a little bit farther. And like I said, I have some different challenges. I got high blood pressure, things like that. So I gotta, I can't go. I'm not, Michael Phelps by any stretch of the imagination. Trust me, I gotta break this thing off in like 100-meter increments. When I started out, I was doing 25 and like dying, right? I mean, I was dying after 25 meters, like dying. And now at least I can go up to doing 100-meter increments. But like I said, I had to face that challenge every day. Get in that pool, and go harder. And some days I'm like, yeah, go harder. But then, of course, I had to know, too, okay, back it off a little because, we can't be going, your spirit wants to go, but you get that little muscle in the middle of your chest. You start looking at that blood pressure meter on your Apple Watch there, and you're like, yeah, slow down, homeboy. Take a little break. I got to, sometimes I got to get off the gas a little bit. I'm not there yet. So, but this week, like I said, this whole month, I challenged myself. I called it March Madness. I'm going to swim a mile every day, 1,600 meters. I have to break it up in, 100-meter increments. I do 400 meters. I do some different exercises in the pool. It's not just straight freestyle, go back, forth. But some people can do that. There's this lady in there. I just call her Smooth because she's just like smooth in water. This guy, Mike Lavacek, I used to serve with in the Army. He was prior in Navy. He was a BUDS instructor. That dude, oh my God, disgusting. He's like a shark in the fucking water. The guy can just go, man. I remember watching him. It was just like, I mean, he was a big dude too, man. He was maybe a little taller than me. He was probably like 5'8" or something like that, but maybe about 225. Looked like Schwarzenegger, though. He's just built like a brick shit house and could just go. So they drop those guys 5 miles out in the middle of the ocean and say, okay, see you later. That shit, I'd die. But I got to give them Navy boys some credit. But I'm coming. Hey, you know what? I ain't getting left behind. I ain't ringing that bell. I'm going. It may not be there yet, but I'll get there. I got a goal now. So that's it. Game on. But yeah, come day 4 or 5, I'm gonna tell you, Thursday was tough. Friday sucked. Friday, I was smoked. I was like, it wasn't like my legs weren't smoked like 600-pound squat day smoked. Like they weren't, I wasn't putting up, 2,000 pounds in a leg press smoke. They weren't that deep. Like I remember those days where I couldn't like go take a dump, dude. I was dying just to squat down to the freaking toilet taking a dump. Those days wasn't that sore, but I could just tell that they were worked, right? Friday morning came along. Nothing inside of me wanted to be in that pool. Nothing, right? But challenges and choices. The challenge was you're going to swim a mile every day, 5 days a week. And it was Friday. It was a duty day. Had to swim my mile. I got in there. Like I said, had that little drill instructor voice going off my head, like, excuses like assholes, Flowers, everybody's fucking got one, now move your sorry ass. So then made my choice, did it. Not only did I do it, okay, and like I said, this is me talking here, like, when I got to dig a little bit deeper, I pray. And like I said, I'm a believer in Jesus Christ. This is my thing. I'm not preaching this to anybody, but this is how I get through my dark times, and this is how I get through my challenges. I got to pray a little harder, dig a little deeper, and ask God to give me that one more little, just that one little spark. And he did. And I mean, not only, I'm telling you, when I say it, mentally, I was tired. Physically, I was tired. I'm going there. I'm getting there earlier in the morning. I'm in there like dark 30, man. I even do yoga on the side to get warmed up, about 20 minutes or so. And I cut 40 seconds off my overall time, which I was like, wait, I felt like absolute trash, and I did it 40 seconds faster than I normally do. So that was all God right there. That's what I'm saying, though. So I've done that on 100 different occasions. There are days like I knew I was going to go, get in a squat rack. I'm just like, I just don't got it today. I don't got it. I put up more weight than I ever did before on the worst, shittiest days. It's so funny like that, But I faced the challenge. I made the choice, and then I ended up having the best swim of the week. I took 40 seconds off my time. I was like, what? So that's what I'm saying. You face that challenge, man, and face that choice. And even with this podcast, we're starting out, and some days I'm like, what am I doing? Is it working? I mean, is it we getting the job done here? Like, what's going on, right? Are we we got to move this thing forward? Or the enemy gets in my head all the time. We're always going to get face of the enemy's always going to try to get us to quit and all this kind of stuff. And then somebody IM'd me this week, and it sparked me, got me motivated. Guy hits me up on Instagram, IM, and he's like, man, I listened to that show that you did on the Fail Big series. You guys can go back and listen to that one. So Fail Big speech by Denzel Washington, where he talks about setting goals, and but you got to work hard to hit those goals, or they're just dreams and everything like that. And just got to how Mario gave me that kick in the ass to get this thing going and get the podcast going and stuff. And even was just starting out with the iPhone and earbuds, and it sounded like shit, but we just started doing it, right? And the guy hits me up this week. He goes, I've really been thinking about starting this YouTube channel, and I've always put it off, and I can't do it, and this and that. And he's like, but he goes, I heard that Fail Big show that you did, and really motivated me, and he started his YouTube channel. He sent me the link, and he sent it to me yesterday. I was on the road in Tucson for a ribbon cutting for a business I financed, and we're going to talk about that in a minute too. And so I still got to listen to that his YouTube link that he sent me. I got to watch it, but it was it gave me that thing. It was like, oh wow, man, somebody heard me. Somebody heard. I know people are listening because I got the downloads or whatever. But it's like, oh wow, that was cool. I inspired this guy to get his YouTube channel going. That's what this whole show is all about: inspiring people to follow their passions and pursue their dream, and do that thing that they've been wanting to do and been, been hesitant to do it or whatever. And, it was like really cool. I was like, and I was, we're kind of like, I am and back and forth and this and that. And I was like, yeah, man, and a million people got podcasts out there. A million people, got YouTube channels, this, that. But I told him, I said, what, the one thing they don't got? You. Okay, there's a million podcasts out there. There's a million guys doing these things, and we're all veterans or whatever. So you're like, oh, it's just another event. No, you know what this podcast has that the other ones don't? It has me. It has me, my experiences, my knowledge, my swagger, whatever the hell you want to call it. And I'm gonna give the message out in a certain way. And hey, you know what? I helped that guy. If I can help that guy, maybe I'll help another one. You know what I mean? And if I can, promote a veteran business, or get them a little more business and their line by bringing them on board to do the podcast. I got a bunch of interviews set up. or if I can inspire somebody, even if it's not a veteran, if it's just anybody wants, like, I was facing this thing. I'm like, okay, I got to move forward. I got to face the challenge, make the choices. So whatever. So that just gave me a little more juice to keep this thing going. And 5 people listen or whatever. I don't know. I'm just throwing numbers out there. I'm like, okay, cool. 1 person hears it. Cool. You know what I mean? So I'm just gonna keep on doing this thing, because there are some days I'm like, what am I doing? What am I doing this for? And then now it's like, yeah, now I know. There it is. Boom. Let the spark. Let's get it. And like I said, I gotta tell you, I drove down to Tucson yesterday, and because there's a lady down there, and it was Linda Clenard, and her husband Brian started it's like a hybrid. It's like a really nice posh studio, but they get after it. Like, they work out. Like, they ain't playing, right? I see some of their hit workouts, and I'm like, damn, these guys are getting after it, right? So they started a startup gym in the middle of a pandemic, and I've been working with Linda for a long time. It took us a while to get this deal done. It took us a while. It was a fucking grind, and I can't imagine how it was on her end, because she had to deal with the contractors and the landlord. I was the finance guy, and it was a fucking grind on our end too. Let me tell you. But you know what? I just believed in her. I was like, you know what? I said, damn, she's got it. She's got just some grit to her. She's super nice, super sweet, but she's got grit, man. She works, and like I said, she works her ass off in the gym. And it was different. It was, you could tell, like, she's a hard worker, and her husband was supporting her, was behind her, and all that stuff. And so it was a great team effort on their end, and we got the job done, and we got the deal done, and I went to the ribbon cutting yesterday. And like I said, it was just inspired, because like I said, I know from working with her, it's like this was a grind, but she stuck it out, and she started a gym in the middle of a pandemic. Okay, she got so innovative. Like she was started doing Zoom. She already had like some clientele, because she was leasing space in a gym. She says, I'm gonna start my own. Don't want to be leasing space and have them telling me what class, if I can use this class later. So she started her own thing. And she started doing Zoom classes, and she got so innovative. She went from, like, started in their garage and all this stuff, and here in the studio. I got pictures up on the internet. It's called Pure Lit Studios. It's in Tucson. It's Lit LIT, Pure Lit LIT. Go, you can check it out on social media and everything. But man, I'm telling you, this thing, it's super nice. Like, really nice amenities. It's done really, really kind of posh. But like I say, you walk onto that gym floor, it's fucking go time. Right? And it's for guys and girls. I know it's a lot of females are there, but guys can work out there too. And trust me, you're gonna have to bust your ass, because these ladies ain't fucking playing. So they are not fucking joking. So. And they're out there looking cute. They're there getting after it. If, like I said, you better step up to that challenge. I'm going to tell you that right now, because they will dust you, right? So it was just impressive. Just to, I just like I said, and again, I don't know everything she went through, but I know she went through some sleepless nights, and she really dug her heels in and pushed hard, and she got it done. And it was a great turnout. A lot of people showed up. She got some, a lot of new memberships yesterday. All this week was kind of like the grand open, but yesterday was the ribbon cutting, and I got to go down there. And, those are the kind of things when that's, okay. I mean, I'm not volunteering my time when I'm, doing obviously business loans, and, yeah, I get compensated for it. I'm not doing this for free, right? I'm not volunteering my time, like I said. So, I mean, I get paid, and I get paid pretty well. But, I mean, that's cool. I mean, let me get wrong. I mean, I like the money. But when you go down there, when you first start talking to somebody, and you're like, oh, I want to do this thing, da-da-da. You're like, okay, da-da, and we, get moving forward. And then when you go to the ribbon cutting, that's the payoff. That's the real, when you see the look on their face, when you're talking to them, and that's the payoff. I was like, I can say I helped them, with their dream. I got their dream alive. And this is gonna be one of many. She's gonna have a few of these. Like I said, she's determined. She's motivated. Great, all the way around. Great attitude. Great person. Her husband's awesome. Just great people. So I'm proud to be associated with it. I'm proud. I helped them make it a reality. And that's like I said, that's when you get those payoffs, man. You go there and it's just seeing the look on their faces, and they were like that's where it was at. So that's and there's some days, yeah, and the job that I have, it's like I face a lot of challenge in that job every day, let me tell you. But I make the choice. Okay, this is somebody's dream. This is somebody's business. This is how they put food on their table. This is how they provide jobs for other people. This is how they get to feed their kids. This is how they, so get back to work, grind it. Some days it's a fucking grind, but you know what? Grind that shit out. You're helping other people. Grind that shit out. And when we went through PPP, we went through hell, right? It was 14-hour days, 6 days a week. But we had to get it done because we had to help people out. And like I said, my tiny little bank, the little bank that could, saved over 9,000 local jobs. Put 64 million on the street, did like 700 deals. It was insane, right? So for the little bank that could, we faced a lot of challenges, but we made the choice to just grit our teeth and grind that shit out, and we helped a lot of people. And that again, when you're climbing that mountain, it's like, let's say the thing's fucking Everest. It's like, fuck, right? But then, of course, like I said, you got that little foothold, a little handhold, little foothold, little handhold. And then you start looking down. You're like, okay, I made it this far, but then after a while, you can't keep looking down. You're like, holy shit, I'm way the fuck up here. Like, I'm gonna fall and die, right? Don't look too far down. Okay, we made a little distance. Let's keep moving forward. We ain't there yet. We ain't at the peak. But you gotta. There's some days, yeah, you're facing the mountain. You're just like, fuck, right? Just a little. Just I try to there's like I said, again, I'll start praying. This is me. I'll start praying. Lord, I just don't have it today. I need some wind in my sails. I need something. I can't do this today. Not without you. And I get through that day. Like I said, and the Bible talks about, worrying won't add 1 cubit to your stature. Today has enough problems. Just worry about today. Tomorrow has its own problems. Just worry about today. And I can get on a whole tangent about that. But it's that's the thing. Sometimes you just gotta face the day. One day, just one day. Just make it through this Make it through this hour. You know what? This hour's gonna just suck. I was looking at that water, like there was nothing tranquil. Looking at that, you're sitting there thinking like, oh, okay, I'm like fucking Afghanistan here. It's like, okay, it's a pool of water, big fucking deal. But just knowing there was just nothing about that Friday morning. I was like, nothing was cool about that. I said, you know what? Like I said, I'm not in Afghanistan. Fuck it. What am I bitching about? Got my ass in there, and just, kept it real. Like, okay, come on, dude. Just suck it up and drive on, dude. And I got through it. And I took 40 seconds off my time on top of that. So the best day of the week that I had, when I absolutely had shit in the tank and had nothing there, You'd be surprised what you can do in desperation mode, But that, so that was this week, man. That was this week, and I won't get into there was a bunch of other stuff in between, of course, and just every second to second, minute to minute, there's just choices you got to make, challenges and choices. Okay, what are we gonna do? And you got to adjust fire constantly. But there's the mission. Focus on the mission. What are we trying to accomplish? What do we, where do we got to get? What's the end goal? Okay, how do we get there? Sometimes you got to, adjust and make moves, and it might take you a little longer to get there. You might have to go end around, but still keep focused on that main goal. Okay, what are we going to do? I say again, even if it's just a daily goal. Okay, I want to get this done today. stupidest things for me get me going, right? Like, if I have a list of things I want to do, I want something stupid like I got to change the air filters and my AC, or I got to, I want to, spray the coils down outside in the AC, or I want to, clean up the garage or do this, or just little dumb, or even just I'm looking at my desk like, damn, I got to clean this fucking desk, thing's a mess. I mean, even from my mindset, like, damn, that's jacked up. But, little stupid shit like that, right? When I get those little tiny tasks done, it kind of gives me that little bit of wind in my sail. It kind of gives me that little something like, yeah, okay, we knocked that out, cool. Let's move on to the next thing. Okay, where's the next thing at? Even if it's something small, if it's a tiny little thing, just something you're like, I've been wanting to, I don't know, like I said, just pull out my refrigerator and clean the back of it or whatever, just something, or you're just looking at this one. Maybe you're looking at a book. Like I'm looking at a book right now. I got to finish reading this book. And I'm like, you know what? I started it, but I haven't finished it. I gotta finish this damn book, man. I got a few of them on my desk. I gotta read all these books. But pick up that book and read a couple pages, something. Just get back into whatever it was or whatever it is that's facing you. Just get it started, get it rolling, get that momentum going, and face that challenge. Make the choice, pick up the book, do whatever that thing is on your list, and face that challenge and go, man. Just go. Just start, and then you're gonna look back. You're like, okay, I accomplished that. We did it. Okay, I've been wanting to do that shit. Knocked it out. Okay, next. If I that's the thing. If I look too far in the future, I know this is when I get really spun the hell out. Right? Like I said, you're looking up at the mountain. You're like, fuck. If I think too far in the future, okay, I'm thinking about like, especially like my kids. Like I got 2 kids, or going on 14 and 13 here. If I start thinking about their future, like I got to do this for them. I got to get their college paid for. If I start doing that, that's when I start really getting spun out. That's when I start really tripping, and it just looks like I'm looking up at Kilimanjaro. Like, god damn, right? So, but again, I got to break it down. Like, how to eat an elephant, one bite at a time. I got to really break it down. Don't look up. Just try to find that foothold. Try to find that handhold. Step up. Look for the next one. I gotta break it down to bite-sized things like that. Because if I don't, I'm never climbing this mountain. There's no damn way. I'm gonna get myself psyched out and I'm done. Crash and burn. So don't do that. Don't look, 5 years into the future. Don't look 5 days into the future. I just want to get this done today. Just today. If I can get this done today, it'll give me what I need to get through tomorrow. And just keep kind of grinding that out. You'll get to a point where, yeah, you want to start, like I said, setting those, weekly goals and daily goals, monthly goals and yearly goals. But sometimes it's just getting through the fucking day. I got to get this done today. I got to get through this challenge today. And I'm choosing to face this challenge head on and go. Just do that. Don't look that far. That's when I get spun the hell out. If I go look too far in the future, but by me putting my head down and grinding, going, and getting that day done, when the time does come, because like I said, ain't nothing stopping time. Seconds keep ticking off, no matter what. You'll look back and say, okay, we got the goal accomplished. It looked daunting as hell, but we got it accomplished. So again, just set those daily goals. If just get one, even if it's just one little task that you've been wanting and trying to do, and just move towards that task, man. Just face the day, carpe diem, go seize the day, man. Go get it done. And like I said, you'd be surprised what you accomplished when you get that done. And I'm out. I just like to take a second to close out the show like we always do. First of all, I got to give all thanks, honor, glory to Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior, because without him, I wouldn't even be on this planet anymore, let alone being able to do this show in the position that I'm in. And, of course, I have to also give thanks and recognition to my wife and my family for just supporting me through all this and standing by me while we're going off on this new venture here. And last but not least, I got to give thanks to my brother Mario get a fallen 360 because without him giving me the kick in the ass to get this thing started and working with me, getting me squared away on some equipment and stuff like that, and just always giving me tips and stuff, keep me moving forward. That brother is always going to be my partner in crime, so got to give thanks to him and Crystal. And of course to the sponsors, everybody sponsoring the show and keeping this thing afloat. If you hear about our sponsors on the show, please support them because they're supporting us and keeping everything going. So support the sponsors as well.